Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a reading for messages for Starseeds. So this is a pick a card reading, which means that you get to pick the card, number, or object. I'll be placing objects here in a moment that calls to you, that resonates with you, and then I have the timestamps in the description. You click on that timestamp, go to that reading, and then I will read the cards for you and give you deliver those Starseed messages, deliver those Lightworker messages. I feel like I've been called to do this reading for a little while, and I should have done it sooner. Sorry. There's just a lot of events that are happening in the world that are calling out to Starseeds right now, and we need a little bit of clarity on that. So that's why I'm doing this reading today. If you like to pick with objects, I'm going to be placing objects here in a moment, and I have them all over the place. So the first one for group number 1, this is Polychrome Jasper. I've already done these readings because I shuffle on camera. So it's interesting how the stones actually integrate into the readings. And the second for group number 2, this is Pyrite. And for group number 3, we have Septarian nodule. So very interesting. They're all very interesting stones. So if you're not quite sure which group is for you, I am going to do a breathing exercise, and you are invited to do that with me. I'm just going to close my eyes and feel like grounded. Just sit up straight. Think about my chakras being aligned, and just feel the weight. I'm sitting, so I'm feeling the weight here in my root chakra because I'm really grounding myself. I feel like we need to ground ourselves at the moment. And then take a deep breath in and out. Release tension. Set the intention that you are here to hear the messages that you need to hear. All right, forgive me. Go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. So again, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, group 1. This is the Polychrome Jasper group. So Polychrome Jasper is a great grounding stone. It helps you get mental clarity. And it's just a really, I love it. It automatically calms me. So if you're here, those might be reasons why you chose Polychrome Jasper, to get some grounding. And then with our first 2 cards, we have mental concepts, and then we have anger. So I could kind of see why you would need some grounding. Anger is a really intense emotion. I mean, I don't need to tell you that, you know that. But it can also provoke action. Anger moves us, and when we have it with mental concepts, I feel like a lot of our mental concepts are programming. It's what we've been told by our parents. It's what we've been told by society. It's shortcuts. Really. So it's not like necessarily a bad thing, but if it makes you angry, of course it's a bad thing. If it makes you question things, but that's actually a good thing, because we do need to question things. We do need to question our programming, question the way that we're reacting to certain things, because it keeps us in a kind of a stagnant mentality, I would say. However, mental concepts as well, we create our own, and we create our own strategies to help you move past anger, to help you take that action. being angry for the sake of being angry does nobody any good, especially yourself. And really the person that you're harming is yourself. You will find this on social media. You will come across it every single day on social media, unfortunately. There are people who are perpetually angry and it's not moving the needle. It's not doing anything. And in fact, a lot of times their anger is getting pushback from somebody else's anger. So we're going to need to figure out ways to help you structure this anger, to help you use it in the way that it's meant to be. You're not meant to, whenever you interact with society, going on social media, you're not meant to be angry all the time. You're not meant to see somebody else who believes something different than you and be angry. If that occurs, it's actually a good thing. It makes you question your mental concepts. I cannot tell you how many times I have been angry about something or triggered. That's one of those words that has been thrown around a lot about something. And that's when you need to start asking questions. Why are you angry? Why are you triggered? Why are you feeling threatened? It can be because this new concept shakes you to your core. It could be because, and then mental concepts can be very, very limiting. There are people in this world who want to limit you. And I think if you're in this reading, you understand and know that. And the taking action is great. But we also, it's just a motivator to take action. It doesn't necessarily mean you always stay in that anger. We need to take another step forward. Interesting. So we get the Emperor reversed. We get Queen of Pentacles. And look at the difference between those two cards. Of course he's chill, but this is in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles, though, is very super calm and very grounded. Our Jasper stone here. We've got the Knight of Cups. That, I think, is speaking towards our anger. And then we get the Six of Cups. So when we're talking about Starseed messages, when we're talking about Lightworker messages, this Six of Cups, where are we from? What is our past like? We could be very, very angry because what we're seeing around us is really not what we're meant to be. It's not the path that we're meant to be on. I feel like this is very much about reclaiming what is ours. I also feel like it helps pulling in feminine energy. Anger, what is it? Related to Aries, related to Mars. It's very, and again, unchecked anger is very, very destructive. We want to be productive here. I feel like the Knight of Cups, the Knights are moving, but I think we need to sit here for a moment and think about how we can release our anger and what actions are really going to make an impact. What is it that we need to do with ourselves, with our lives, with the people around us that are really going to make an impact? This anger, again, it's easy to get angered, but we need to question that anger. We need to sit with that anger. We need to figure out why it bothers us. The Emperor reversed with mental concepts. The Emperor is about structure. Another masculine energy here, and we need to dial down that masculine energy. Masculine and feminine energy, they're wonderful when they work together. But right now, being angry, being upset, tearing down structures just to tear down structures, that's an issue. We need to figure out why these structures are in place to begin with. And when I say structures, I'm talking about things within our society. Why is it that we have, if you start questioning things like, why do I need to go to work from 8 to 5? Why is it that this is the measure of success? Why is it that I need to go to college? Those types of things. And we're finding out that you don't. You can work remotely. You can do something that you like. You can really work towards things that are going to be positive for you, that when you're older, you can look back and really be proud of. And it is time to sit here and think about your goals for the future. Embrace this positive feminine energy. And I also love here that it's the Pentacles. First of all, Pentacles talks about grounding. Again, I'm not surprised if you picked the Polychrome Jasper, because I feel like you need that. You need that to bring in the feminine. You need to bring in the love. You need to give yourself love. You need to give the situation love. Somebody that really is angering you, give them love, and that will help. I know it sounds so counterintuitive, but it's the whole kill them with kindness thing. But I was starting to talk about her holding this pentacle because it talks about success financially. I actually was talking to somebody online, and they were very, very angry. They felt like they were slighted. The person who quote unquote slighted them, or it was completely unintentional. It was just a twist of words. The person speaking English is their second language. The first person took it out of context and went on a rant that when she gets wealthy, she's going to come after the, it was just crazy. It was craziness, crazy talk. And I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is all about, like, we're not going after vengeance here. We're going after our own path. We're not going to be concerned with taking somebody else down. We're not going to elevate ourselves by taking somebody else down. We're going to elevate ourselves, and we're going to elevate everybody else by living our best life. And I feel like that is here to tell us, like, the best revenge is you living your best life. I feel like there's also some release, because the anger part, we need to release the past and let it go and really give it love. I feel like we're not giving it love at the moment. Do I have these? Wow, that's interesting. I didn't, I was just going to say the I remember. It's interesting that it came out upside down, because I did not shuffle these upside down. What else for group one? One more card, one more thing to tell group one. Okay, one more. I feel like I just skimmed over it. The blue flame, and then we get the I remember. I want to bring the I remember kind of over here, over the Six of Cups. Soul plan, because this is kind of what I was hitting on with the Six of Cups. I love it when these cards come in to confirm each other, when they work together, and we'll get to the blue flame here in a minute. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus destiny, versus the destiny life. And I wanted to bring it over here over the Six of Cups, because it's remembering like your soul contracts. What is it that you came here to accomplish? What is it that you came here to do? There's the moment before, this is what some people believe, and I love this idea, that even though we get angry about it in the moment, because we take on a lot of challenges while we're here in classroom earth and schoolroom earth, but the moment that before you were born, that you chose the conditions of your life that you're living right now, and when you plotted out these exact moments along your timeline of life. But we also have free will, so we can move away from those moments. So if things are starting to get overwhelming, we might want to move away from those things, that soul contract that we were, we're here to learn specific lessons. And yeah, it can get overwhelming, and yes, it can be very, very tough, but I mean, this was a mission that I'm talking to Starseeds and Lightworkers here. This is a mission that we came here as an honor. We came here, like, we volunteered for this, and I get that it is tough. Trust me, I get that it's tough. Deja vu. I don't think this card speaks about deja vu very often, but I believe, and you let me know if you believe this too, that deja vu is actually a moment in time where you are remembering your path. You're remembering where you are. So I look at deja vu as an example that we are on the right path. Something else, angel numbers. When you see 1111 or 333 or those types of numbers, either you just look at the clock at that moment or you see it in other spaces. Those are also speaking towards us moving to our goal. So yes, we can get really angry and we can be wrapped up in this anger. We can be wrapped up in our emotions. Or we can calm down and see the bigger picture of why we're here and the lessons that we're learning at the moment. There are steps along the way. It's not going to always be easy, but we're growing together. We're learning together. We're building our universe together. We're co-creators in this universe. And the questions to ask when you see this card, ask yourself is, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? Sometimes we run up against unforeseen circumstances that really, move us in the wrong direction. So it's again, I almost feel like this calming here. There's a lot of emotions. Cups cards are about emotions. The water in this, I remember, that's emotion. But it's also like gazing into the universe and remembering who you are. There's this amazing scene in The Incredibles. If you've seen The Incredibles, Disney movie, where, they're superheroes, but then they go to live lives of normal people. This is you right now. And the wife, like the husband disappears and the wife is like, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Like she doesn't even know that he disappeared, like that he was kidnapped yet. She thinks that there might be another woman. And the my favorite character, Edna, who is the fashion designer, she smacks her across the face and she's like, remember who you are. Like you are Elastigirl, remind yourself and then remind the world who you are. And this anger is the catalyst right now to push you to that. And then the blue flame. I almost feel like the blue flame is why you're here. This anger, this not knowing what is going on is why you're here. I almost feel like maybe you are either a little bit new to this idea of a light worker, or you are, you're getting an upgrade here, because that's what the blue flame talks about. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So, gosh, I know people who have been awakened for a long time, and then there's a level up, there's an integration, and being uncomfortable with your current surroundings, being angry, being triggered, like that is part of it. But then it's getting under control. The blue flame can talk about, like, I love this, that we have got like this being here. It can talk about seeing things. It can talk about having visions, about channeling, about having interactions with alien beings like that. I wanted to do this reading because that has been something that has been coming up a lot lately. With the unidentified flying objects that the US has been shooting down, I really don't get a sense that that is necessarily alien beings, but I feel like it's being prepped for. There's an amount of control over it, where there's going to be some disclosure, there's going to be some openings, there's going to be some information shattering the idea of the things that we know. And I feel like these are kind of very controlled and leaked, so that we don't have mass chaos necessarily, but I feel like you're beyond that. I feel like if you want to start communicating with an organization like the Galactic Federation of Light, Commander, the Palladian Commander, Commander Sharon, I believe, if I mess that up, let me know. That just like left my head here for a moment, but really digging into this soul contract, really digging into where you are from, your soul family, your galactic family, communicating and seeing that. I feel like when we've got the Emperor here like this very much reminds me of yin and yang. We've got this very strong masculine and this very strong feminine energy that we need to bring them both in and use them appropriately. And then the blue flame too talks about, I mean, it's very interesting here with these mental concepts, because mental concepts and the constructs and the way that we see the world is something that holds us back. If you feel like you have a limitation, that will hold you back. You can't do something, it will hold you back. And I feel like it's here to open your eyes, to open your mind, to, I don't want to say convince yourself, but to allow. It's more of an allowing, to surrender, to awaken. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. This reminds me that why I wanted, because other people will do readings like I'm doing, but they don't do pick-a cards. But everybody has their own journey. Everybody is at different levels. Even people that you do not like can be on the same path as you. They might have a different mission, and that's okay. But I give out options because I feel like we're all in different areas, and I'm going into this leveling up, into this awakening, into this new earth, into this new world, into this new 3D to the 5D conversion. I'm sure you've heard that. And you are absolutely needed to do that. But it's, for you, it's, and working on your root chakra, I think, could really help you as well. Because grounding is so, so important. Grounding and emotions is so important for you personally, to allow this awakening. And when that affirmation that I just read, it's your path. You don't have to follow my path. You don't have to follow the path of somebody else on social media who's doing videos. It's your path. It's your personal path. If you feel like you are on the right path, go on your path. Don't let other people dictate where your path is. And a way to do that is to, coming back to this Knight of Cups, is to pull your emotions inward, to focus on you. Don't put too much emphasis on what other people are doing or what they're saying. And I almost feel like there's an old saying about never meet your heroes. And it's really interesting to me as well, because I get this a lot, because, you know, I love this kind of stuff. I'm in these types of chat groups. I'm talking to people who's on the same path like that you and I are on, and they will, you know, maybe even me. You'll listen to me and we'll be in agreement and we'll have a great time, and then like months from now, you're like, what the heck is that tarot chick talking about? I don't agree with her anymore. I don't, our energies don't match anymore, and that's okay. Discernment is your biggest tool. So it's not about you following anybody. It's about you carving your own path and creating your own path. And it's really more of you discovering your path because you've already created it. It's already there for you. You just need to listen to the signs, watch out for them, appreciate your own abilities, appreciate your own intuition. And it doesn't have to be a marathon either. This can unfold slowly and gently, and I almost feel like you need that with the mental concepts and the anger here. We really need to be slow and gentle and make sure that you're grounded and make sure that you're acting for yourself and make sure that this path that you're on is your path and not anybody else's. So that's what I have for you, group 1. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these types of readings and if this resonated for you. And if you liked the little affirmations that came with these cards about, you know, allowing your path and remembering your soul plan. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2. If you picked the Pyrite, ooh, you are in the right space. Pyrite, I love Pyrite. It's a protection stone. It's about, it can be about protection. It's fool's gold. You know, all that glitters is not gold, but you know, when it's this pretty, who cares? It is, let's see, more about, like, it's a magical stone, healing. You know, it was revered by the Native Americans for healing, and French women believed it offered protection and wore it as a talisman during the Napoleonic Wars. So there's some information here about Pyrite. The healing properties is it shields the user from harmful effects and negative energy on the body, mind, and spirit. So if you feel like you're getting the evil eye, you might want to connect with Pyrite. Evil eye would be somebody who is thinking negative about you or watching you negatively. So, surprise and inner transformation. Surprise is in the section of emotions, and you know, be open to surprises. If you're not, if you haven't already received a surprise, you know, let's set the intention that sometimes surprises are not the best, but we're going to set the intention here that this surprise is going to be positive for you. It's going to move you in the right direction. It's going to be a good one, because we're co-creators in the universe, and when we set intentions and we use that, when we use our gifts, that can help us. And then I think it'll also help you with your inner transformation. Inner transformation, that is in the section of consciousness. So that is that's almost like a leveling up. And when you're talking about Lightworkers and Starseeds, consciousness is one of those things where I think it, you know, we've always had these level ups in our consciousness, because there are things that we become more aware of. There are things when we gain a better perspective of, a bigger perspective of, as we grow. Like if you think about where our consciousness was when we were a child versus when we're an adult, and we really understand more things, and then, you know, now as we're growing spiritually, our consciousness is growing too. The surprise might be something that pushes that consciousness. It can be something that just, yeah, look at that King of Swords. It might be some information that comes in that makes you question things and really ponder things. Swords energy, that in the beginning, maybe you're not really sure what to do with it. It might feel like a negative emotion. I mentioned something with surprise here when I said that sometimes surprises, you know, we're setting the intention that it's going to be a good surprise. Even good surprises, though, in the beginning, when it makes us question things, like it really hits our emotions in a strange and crazy way. So the thing about the Three of Swords is it's kind of like our heart being torn apart, ripped apart, and stitched back together. There's a lot of songs about unanswered prayers and how, you know, you're thankful for those unanswered prayers. And I almost feel like the surprise is in the vein of that. The surprise comes in and it kind of messes you up a little bit. It could have been with some travel plans. It could have just been with plans where you had for your life. But the positives here is we've got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Both of these kings become masteries of their craft, masteries of their art. So whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You are learning new things and you are becoming a master here. The Pentacles is in the realm of wealth. So if you didn't get that job, for instance, and you feel like sad about that, that's because the universe has bigger plans for you. And sometimes we're like, no, I liked these plans. No, the universe has bigger plans for you. The King of Swords is, I said something about some information coming in. Maybe you don't see it right now and you're kind of clouded, because I kind of feel like the Three of Swords over here and the Three of Wands in this inner transformation, like you're not focused on the big picture. You're not seeing that full picture. This will help you though emerge as somebody who has, I don't want to say seen it, done there, been there, done that, seen it all, but certainly we need to learn from the things that we go through. We need to make sure that we reflect on those. We need to make sure that we release negative energy surrounding it, because a lot of times we hold grudges, and I'm feeling like forgiveness. If you're holding grudges, you're really looking back and you're not looking forward. And these Kings of Pentacles, these kings, the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, are very forward looking. They're very, there's entrepreneurial spirit here. There is you making your own luck. You creating it, crafting it, you being very strategic in it. I'm going to get two more cards here to give us a little bit more. It's like, did that want to come out? What else does group 2 need to know? Forge, don't follow. Look at that. Over the kings. Yeah, we got to look forward onto our new path. We're not looking back. And then this is We the Hathrows, Deep Love, Mother's Milk, Birth as a Portal. Very interesting. So let's talk about this Forge, don't follow, a new path, be a leader you wish you had. Group 2, if you are not feeling like a leader, I'm telling you right now you are. King of Pentacles, King of Swords, or Forge, don't follow. You are leadership material. You do your own thing. And it's asking you right now to dig deep, believe in yourself, act with courage. There's never a right time to do something, and you're not gonna find the perfect example of somebody doing something. You can let people inspire you, of course. You need that inspiration, but you need to be the type of person that inspires others as well. Finding this new path, discovering this new world, paving the way for others. We can't wait for the streets to be paved for us, especially when you have a journey that you know you are, in your heart, you're longing to go on. The Three of Wands over here tells me that maybe the path that you had for yourself, something got interrupted. And that happens all the time. It's called life. It happens to everyone. Whether that was you didn't get the job you thought you were going to get, that's okay. It's telling you to be the leader. I'm almost seeing you competing with the people who doubted you and really just beating them. You don't need them. I almost feel like that was a power play as well. I feel like there was some intimidation on their part. They were intimidated for you. Because there is some major power here for you, group 2. And I'm not sure that you fully see it in yourself. And it's time to awaken it. And it's time to step forward. And it's time to start moving forward. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes, of course. But the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, they're not afraid to make mistakes. They're going to be strategic. They're going to look. They're going to control. They're going to make their own luck. They're going to pave their own paths. They're going to move forward, and they're going to go find what it is that they set out to find. These best laid plans over here in 3 of Wands. Yeah, your plans may not come out the way that you planned it. You're not going to go maybe in the, it's not like an A to B type of situation. You want to, go to B, but you might go A, D, F, Z, Y, and get yourself back to B. It's all about this experience, and the joy is in the journey. The joy is in becoming who you are and who you are meant to become. And again, you're super, super powerful. The thing is, you just need to get out of your own way. So while on this side, we have a lot of masculine energy, we have a lot of action, we've got a lot of doing, we've got a lot of putting your mark on the world. Over here, we have a lot of feminine energy. We have a lot of energy about loving yourself, healing yourself, access to the love of the cosmos here in the We Are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. You're being asked to go in a new direction, have the courage to do that, but love yourself while you're doing it. A lot of times we can feel lonely when this is happening, and we can feel like we're struggling, and you're being reassured that things are going to work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. So I love it over here with the 3 of Swords. It's a little bit different energy now when we start off with kind of this broken heart, but now we kind of have to stretch our heart because there's so much love available to us. And that's the really crazy thing about love and loving ourselves. I don't know if you're a parent, let me know if you are, but in my experience, I had one child, and when I was pregnant with the other, I just was like, I cannot even imagine, my heart is bursting with love for this one child. I can't even imagine having enough love for the other one to love them as much. But that's the crazy thing about love, is it duplicates, it gets bigger. The more you love, the bigger it gets, and the more love you get in return. And that's what this card is talking about with that feminine energy, that feminine love, the depths of love, the depths of your heart is endless. So I'm seeing now this 3 of Swords in a little bit different way, where we started off talking about, the surprise not quite going your way, but really what it's doing, oh gosh, what is that called? Let me know in the comments if you remember what this is called. When you break something and then you repair it. In Japan, they repair things with gold, and they make it even prettier. When you're welding something, those welds, if you do it right, are stronger than the original material. And that's what's happening here. So as you're going through it, and you might feel uncomfortable, and it might, beginning of this journey, you don't feel like this leader, this thought leader, this leader that forges his own paths. And maybe you're not feeling the love, but that's because you need to allow it and let your heart expand and love yourself. And I love the inner transformation, because it starts with you. The first person that needs to believe in yourself is you. And I'm telling you, all of the cards here, well, first of all, you're not the only one who believes in yourself. The universe believes in you big time here. These cards believe in you big time. That when you your plan gets interrupted, when you get surprises along the road, when you hit these bumps, you can figure it out. You have the capacity, you have the depth within your heart, within your mind, within your body, within your soul to figure this out and go your way. We're not playing keep up with the Joneses here. We're not doing that. We are making the Joneses want to keep up with us, but in a very spiritual and loving way, as you're holding yourself out here. Birth as a portal. Birth talks about also like, you know, being reborn yourself. When you level up, when you expand your consciousness, you become a new version of yourself. And the same old things just, you know, they're basic now, and you're bad. You're in a very, very good way, in a very, very loving way, in a very transformational way. So that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. This is the Septarian nodule. If you picked this stone, you are in the right place. So this is a petrified mud bubbles, or mud bubbles, not a, but I think several. I think this is the mud part, and then the crystals came in and formed in between them. I have another stone where there's opening, so that's called druzy, and you can see the crystals, but I love this. I think it's very striking. I think it's very pretty. It's a stone of healing and protection, of grounding in particular. So maybe that speaks to you, and that's why you chose it. The first 2 cards that come out, we've got appeasement and stagnation. And I'm tickled that these are the cards that came out. Reason why is it's so connected to the Septarian nodule. Appeasement, it's a calming stone, right? Calming down. Appeasement, we need to, it's in the area of emotions. It's calming our emotions. It's, you know, working with our emotions. It's not letting our emotions or the emotions of other people. A lot of times, Starseeds and Lightworkers, we read other people's energies and we get wrapped up in other people's energies. And I feel like if you don't know that, a lot of things happen and you're questioning your emotions a lot. Like, why do I feel this way? I shouldn't feel this way. The first question to ask you is that your emotions that make you feel this way. And I would also set the intention, like use that. I love setting intentions. When you do something, anything, remember, set the intention. When you walk into a store, set the intention that what you want is going to be there, that you're going to find what you need. When you drive your car, set the intention that you're going to have, you know, you're going to catch all the green lights, that you're going to have a fantastic drive, that you're going to hear the music that you want to hear on your drive, okay? It's amazing how this works and how well it works. So set the intention that, you know, you're going to be calm and collected, and you're going to be in control of your emotions. And stagnation, and I'm tickled with stagnation and these, I said, petrified mud bubbles. How do you think they become what they become? They just existed and allowed the forces of nature to kind of wash over them, really. That's what happened. And a lot of times we feel like we're going nowhere and we're not doing anything. And I will remind you that things have a way of changing, like in a moment's notice. So you are not you may think you're stagnant, but you're not stagnant. Even you sitting in this singular spot at this moment, the earth is rotating and moving through the galaxy at a crazy amount of speed. You are moving. Also, if you are a bodybuilder, if you've ever lifted weights, it is not when you are using your muscle that the muscle grows. The muscle tears. It's when you are in a moment of of peace. It is when you are in a moment of stagnation. It is in a moment of rest where those changes and formations take place. So don't be in such a rush to change everything. Don't be in such a rush and feel like you need to move for the sake of moving. Oh gosh, nope. Okay, give me a second. We've got way too many things flowing out. Just 2 more cards. Just 2 more cards that group 3 needs to know. 1 more card. Okay. So it's interesting that these cards come all in reverse, and I had a feeling that this was going to be like this. I think stagnation is a little hard for you to sit, but look at these guys. They're all sitting here in peace. They're sitting here in meditation, and you might feel like you have no options, and you might feel like you need to walk away, to run away, but you're not quite sure where to run away to or what you're running away from. That's okay. You are moving. I love when we're talking about this concept and we get the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is a major arcana card. It is so it's a major energy here when we are leveling up. The other interesting thing is these kings. I have had a king come out for every single reading. I feel like we have a lot of Starseeds and Lightworkers that we're questioning ourselves. We think we should be seeing something more, but relax. You need to relax. Calm down. We have options available to you. All you have to do is rest for a moment so that you can see those choices. And we need to let go of our fears and our, the intrusive thoughts, and really focus on ourselves. I love the King of Cups here. He's got this radiating here from his heart chakra. It's love that he's radiating out to the world. He might seem like he is on an island, and in many ways that he is. He has put protections around himself. I was talking earlier about Starseeds and Lightworkers being very connected to energy from other people. The King of Cups puts this barrier around himself where he can feel that energy, but he doesn't internalize it. He doesn't let it harm him. He doesn't let it keep him from loving himself, from acting with love too, and from appreciating where he is. And this 10 of Swords, where we do need to walk away from is, I mentioned those intrusive thoughts, those negative thoughts that are holding us back, that is these birds flying away. Let it go, let it flow. One thing that I love to do with intrusive thoughts is when my mind, first of all, question it. Like, where did this come from? What is this thought that's popping up in my mind? Why am I having this thought? And then reject it. And sometimes I used to do a very physical rejection of that thought, and it was very helpful, where your third eye is here. I would just like press on my third eye and just go, nope. Or have you seen those? I've seen the shirts. I think there's mugs as well. Certainly memes where it's like, not today, Satan. So yeah, reject those negative thoughts. That's something that's not originating with you. They're not your thoughts. It's something that's holding you back. And I feel like if you are feeling like you're stagnant, what's really holding you back is it's these thoughts, this negativity, but it's time to forgive. It's time to release. It's time to let go. 7 of Cups, I feel like these all came out in reverse because you're not totally in this space that I'm describing to you at the moment. You're not totally embracing this stagnation. You're not totally embracing this calm. You're not thinking that you have options, and I feel like there's a lot of options open to you. I feel like there is a lot of ways that you can go. Now, you're going to pick the right direction. You're the King of Cups here. So you see all of these. Some of them are kind of a myth, keeps popping into my head. So it's not really the direction that you want to go. It's not really the perfect choice for you. This often reminds me, if you're dating or not dating, you probably know what Tinder is. And I'm not sure which way you swipe. I've never used the app. But it really puts you in touch with a lot of other single, sometimes single, people around you. And, you know, trust your instincts, trust you. That's what the King of Cups and the Hierophant is saying. When you have all these options coming in, so you have all these people who connect, who want to connect. I said single, you know, that's kind of an air quote single because unfortunately it's known to have married people on here or people who are in relationships on Tinder. But this is about trusting your instincts. So you're going to find the direction that is right for you. And maybe this stagnation is like, yeah, I've been running across some really crappy choices. Release and forgive and allow, and you are the master. We are, while we're here in meditation, while we're here in stagnation, while we're here and healing, you are becoming. Healing is becoming, group 3. Let's find a couple more cards. Lose your grip. I love that. And one more card here. We get lifting the veil. I love that as well. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. And whatever form that speaks to you. And what I mean about that, like, you don't have to attend a church to let God in. Whatever feels right to you, allow, kind of like this King of Cups here with the radiating from the heart. Allow that into the heart. And I kind of feel like the King of Cups and the Hierophant are both just allowing and letting in. We're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us to be human every day. We've got an ebb and flow. I love this over the Ten of Swords, because the Ten of Swords is talking about release and letting go, and we're falling here. Control is an illusion, and when we think we're controlling something, we're really not in control, and we just need to flow with the universe and trust. I think trust is a big thing here. What are you clinging to for fear of, you know, what are you clinging to out of fear? What are you holding here in fear? I think I spoke about releasing fear. I spoke about intrusive thoughts. I spoke about releasing those things when we had the Ten of Swords. And this loosen your grip card just comes in to affirm that. We need to let go. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Again, more about release, more about letting go. Lifting the veil kind of talks about the veil between, you know, our world and another world, our world and the world of, like, where do we go when we pass away? Where do we go when we die? And I feel like a lot of that is, again, it comes back to allowing that love from the universe to flow into you, allowing that love from God, from Source, becoming, you know, being in harmony with the world around you. And I feel like when we're out of harmony, we need to question that. And so this stagnation card, where a lot of people feel like being stagnant is a negative thing. You're moving. Trust me, you're just sitting on Earth. You are moving very, very quickly. So you have to release that idea of always thinking you need to be busy, of always thinking you need to go someplace. We are sitting here in our emotions. We are moving someplace. This is like a movement up, though. You don't have to go left or right or back or for, we're moving up. We are evolving forward. We're moving up. You're being called to bring your life back into harmony. So over here where you feel like you have no direction, and you feel like the Ten of Swords, it also usually has like 10 swords sticking out of somebody's back. But it talks about living through it. It talks about making through it. Allow yourself some rest. Like, this has been rough. This is, it's for everyone on earth. It has been a rough couple of years. And sometimes we look at our lives and we think we need to be farther ahead than we are, or than, there's things that we think that we should have. There's things that we think that we should do. But this is a moment for you to just release and let go. You don't have to attain more things. And in a very like physical way, this can be talking about, clean your closet out. Let some things go. We need to be lighter. We need to be fresher. It's that time of year, really. We're going into spring cleaning. And release that, and you'll how you feel when you do those types of things is, you'll feel amazing. Just freshening up some things around you and really allowing in this love. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Just allowing and release, and just be here in this moment and love yourself. And you are evolving, even if you don't think that you are. You're making the necessary steps towards that. But this is it seems like a very kind of emotional thing. It seems like it's a very internal thing that we are using right now in this moment of evolution, of your evolution. So that's what I have. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.